Thanks, Coach. Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
First carry for Raquel Armstead. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. At the 45-yard line. On second down, Armstead pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Winston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
We go tonight. 180. Drop deep, drop deep. Jim.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 39. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check back.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick here is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
All right, flag 25.
Game situation, let's go.
Third and long for Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Kill. Red flag.
On 1st down, it's gone. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man.
47's the mic, boy, 47. Check, 47. Yeah.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Gone. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Well, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Room to run past midfield. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 64 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. We haven't haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
It's caught. Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At their 49-yard line.
Now a toss to Armstead. And an alley to run. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Raquel Armstead, 51 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Deuce.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. He's got his man. This is Tate. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Raquel Armstead. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is now 14-10. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check it backer.
Gone. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's gone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now Armstead, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Gone. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down.
1st down, Los Angeles.
180!
Man, we got to get this stop here, D.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 26, check 26. Check safety, check safety.
From the 50, it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Check 99.
From the gun, here's Goff. Gonna look deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, check 25.
Hey, Lim!
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Goff on first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Jaguars take over first and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Winston now from the 50. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Abukum coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Winston. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Check 9, check 9. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
From the 41, gone. He completes it to Tate. And I think the ball's out, and the Jags grab it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Gurley again here on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
120. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Check, check. Lucky. All set.
They'll run here with Henderson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Check 13.
On 2nd down now, Kendrick, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Rams are going to jump back in front.
Louis.
Here's Goff. Billy feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll give it back to Armstead, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. 4 down.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Let's go. I'm going to run you.
This is Armstead on the carry, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
Jameis to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to go down again. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Davis now to return it. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They run once more with Henderson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Kill. Check 4.
To throw is gone. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Winston now. And that will be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus. You know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Returnable here for Davis. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On 2nd and 7, Goff stepping up. He's going to keep it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Hold on. Check.
Get there. Watch, quick.
Hey, 76.
That's all. Check 3. Check 37.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Goff going to give this one to Henderson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now Goff gets this into the hands of Brandon Cooks. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Goff now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st down. From the red zone now, Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Golden Tate there to make the grab. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Jones has it, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Winston, flush to his right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To the air again with Winston. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Winston now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here. And he's got his man on the out route. Touchdown, Jaguars! In for the score as his guys are back within a single score. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
On 2nd down, it's Henderson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Watch the whip. Set it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. Being chased out left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown the last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Complete to Jones. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A run here with Armstead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They run it with Armstead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's Winston. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now Winston. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Rams, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.